Hey, it's Christine Enville, educator, creator, and world champion athlete, inspiring people over 35 to get into fitness, get working out, get changing, get healthy. Now, I want to talk about how to get started, or if you are already in weight training, already really fit and over 35, over 45, over 55, how do you get even better? Now, a lot of the time for people, it's really daunting, the thought of where to get started, what to do. And I think that puts a lot of people off from getting into it because they think, I feel silly, I don't know what I'm doing in the gym, maybe I'm not fit enough, maybe I'm, all these questions come up. Or even if you've been doing it a really long time, the challenge is how do you get even better? So to break it down and make it really simple, I'm putting out there the one thing challenge. And what that is, I believe that just by changing one thing, doing one thing different, adding one thing, you can make a massive, massive difference. Now, I'm going to give you an example. Over the years, I've been in and out of shape. Obviously, when I'm competing, I'm very in shape. When I'm not competing, or even when I retired, I got quite out of shape by anyone's standards actually. But what I did, rather than going all the way back and getting really discouraged, I thought, what's one thing that I can change that's going to make a difference? So one of those things might be just cutting out one thing that I have. And I have a real soft spot for those ice blended beverages, those Zerafari type drinks. And I used to have one of those every day. And by cutting out that one thing, I was able to lose a lot of weight. Something else might be just cutting out that afternoon snack. You might switch it over from a muffin to something healthier, to a protein bar or something like that. So it doesn't have to be anything major, and it depends what you're trying to do. So if you're trying to change your body weight, and for example, I've been pretty static. My body weight's been sitting around the high 70s since I finished competing. But with lockdown and not having access to the gym, I realized I was going to have to change something about my diet, or I was going to gain weight. And I didn't want to cut a whole bunch of stuff out. So I decided I would just change one thing. And that one thing would be my weekend snacks. I'm a bit of also love my chocolate coated pretty much anything. But those calories add up. So all I did was, instead of cutting out chocolate completely, because I don't compete, so there's absolutely no need to do that, I now get a, like a 100-gram block of Lindt or something really, really nice. And I'll break that up and have that over about a 3-4 day period. So I'm not overloading my body with calories, but I've changed one thing, and I have absolutely noticed a difference around my stomach, which is my big problem. So that's just a couple of examples around trying to get, if you're trying to actually lose weight. What about if you're just trying to get fitter? Another example of something that I did was, as we get older, our glutes tend to either shrink or drop, or both. Or get bigger than we want them to be. So I started a little circuit before I did my cardio in the morning, and it was literally just some rope pull-throughs, some sumo squats with a kettlebell, and then another, glute raise on a bench, and just a little circuit that I added in, 10 reps of each, 3 sets, little 30-second break between each. And I do that before my cardio. So that was just like one thing that I changed, and it had massive impact on how my body looked. So for somebody else, it might be just adding in a walk at night. It might be adding in 10 minutes of high intensity cardio. So there's all different things that you can add in, and it doesn't have to be anything crazy, and it doesn't have to affect the rest of your routine. But I'm just putting it out there that if you're struggling to get started, how about just change one thing, add one thing, or take out one thing? Or if you want to push that little bit harder and you want to get to the next level of your fitness, challenge yourself with just one thing. And it might be that you want to get to a certain weight, or it might be that you want to get to a certain number of reps, or add in a new exercise, or add in a different exercise, or just do one thing different. So that's all I'm saying, is putting it out there. I would love for everyone to let me know what they've done. Like, what is that one thing that you did? And then in 2 weeks' time, in a month's time, let me know the impact. Because as I said, I really believe that it doesn't need to be, you don't need to change the world in a day. And it just starts with that one thing that can make all the difference. So just giving you some inspiration and ideas. And as I said, I would love to hear from you. Let me know what that one thing is and what the impact it has had. But it comes back to just starting. That's all it is, just starting. And that makes it simple. Have a great day, everybody. I will catch you later.